This lesson builds on from our last lesson of simple interest, and this is looking at the graph version. So Aiden invests $5,000 in an account that earns 5% per annum simple interest, and we need to construct a graph to show the simple interest I earned in dollars for n years for values of n from 0 to 9. So I've already constructed this graph to make it a little bit easier for time. So we can see down the bottom here we have years from 0 to 9, and up on our y-axis we have the simple interest that is calculated. So if we know this is our formula, I equals PRN, if we take what is given to us in the question, so $5,000 is invested at 5%, which is 0.05, and it's for a certain number of years. I don't know that. That tells us that 5,000 times 0.05 is 250 multiplied by how many years there are. So if we then needed to work that out, we could say that if I needed to know after 5 years what I would have, it would be I equals 250 times 5. Okay, and that is going to help us to determine that, and that is going to be 1,250. Okay, so that helps you to then draw your simple interest graph. You can see here, for every one across, I go up 250. Every one across, up 250, and that is what this is telling us as well. So we've plotted our graph, and the next thing says, what is the gradient and what does it represent? So we've already calculated that. The gradient is what our interest is. So the gradient is 250, and it represents the simple interest earned per year. So every year, if there's nothing taken out of that account, that is what will be earned in simple interest. So the next one says, use the graph to estimate the simple interest earned after 2.5 years. So if you were to go across to 2.5 years and up until you hit your line and then come across, and you can determine what that is. So we know if 2 is 500, 3 needs to be halfway between these two, so 750. To be entirely accurate, we would say 750 plus 500 divided by 2, so we find exactly what's halfway between, and that tells us $625 would be the simple interest earned after 2.5 years. And the last one says when $1,000 in interest is earned. So if we come up until we hit 1,000, and we go across until we hit our line, and down, how many years is that? And that would be 4 years. So reading from a graph, we've done this before, but this is just using it in that simple interest context.